Once upon a time, on a hot summer afternoon, a fox was wandering through the forest in search of food. He had been walking for a long time, but he couldn't find anything to eat. The sun was blazing, his stomach growled, and he felt weak with hunger. Suddenly, the fox noticed a beautiful vineyard nearby. Hanging from the vines was a bunch of ripe, juicy grapes. They looked fresh, round, and shining in the sunlight. The fox's mouth watered instantly. He thought to himself, these grapes will surely satisfy my hunger. I must have them. The fox jumped high to grab the grapes, but they were hanging too far above. He tried again, running and leaping with all his strength, but he missed every time. Again and again he made many attempts. First with a little hop, then with a big jump, and finally with a running start. But no matter how hard he tried, the grapes remained just out of his reach. At last, the poor fox was exhausted. He sat down under the vine, breathing heavily. His legs ached, and he felt defeated. After resting for a moment, he looked up at the grapes one last time. Instead of admitting his failure, he pretended not to care. He muttered angrily, "Those grapes are probably sour anyway. Who wants sour grapes? They're not worth my effort." With that, he turned around and walked away, trying to look proud, though deep inside he was still hungry and disappointed. Once upon a time, a poor little bird lived in a village. Every day, he would go out into the fields to look for food. One day, while searching for seeds and berries, he came across a farmer's market where all kinds of delicious food were displayed. The little bird had never seen so much food in one place before. He started pecking at some grains that were scattered on a stall, but a sudden movement made him jump up in fright. A fat, juicy worm was wriggling on a nearby table just out of his reach. The little bird hopped around the table, but the worm kept moving farther away, always just out of reach. This continued for quite a while, and the bird became more and more frustrated. Finally, the worm crawled onto a hook that was hanging from the table. It dangled just above the bird, who was hopping below, and the bird could see no way to reach it. Feeling helpless and defeated, the bird sat down on the ground and sighed. Just then, a cat that was passing by noticed the bird and thought to itself, "What a perfect opportunity to catch some lunch." Slowly and silently, it approached the bird, which didn't notice the danger coming closer and closer. When the cat was just about to pounce, the bird took off and flew away to safety. From that day on, whenever the bird saw the same market, he felt grateful that he hadn't been caught by the sly cat. He also learned to be cautious and not get too greedy, for it could have led him into a trap. Moral of the story: sometimes it is better to be safe and leave a little bit for luck, rather than being greedy and risking it all. Hey kids, if you want to hear more stories like this, stay tuned and don't forget to like and share. We'll see you next time.